Turning beloved fantasy books into movies is a tricky business. While some adaptations hit the mark, others fall flat, leaving fans disappointed. Here are 10 fantastic fantasy books that were sadly ruined by their terrible movie adaptations. Grab some tissues because this list might sting a little. Lewis Carroll's whimsical world of Alice in Wonderland, paired with Tim Burton's dark, quirky style, seemed like a match made in heaven. The movie made over $1 billion at the box office, but let's be real, it missed the mark. Burton's grim, gray Underland felt lifeless compared to Carroll's vibrant, whimsical creation. The overuse of CGI didn't help either, lacking the charm of Burton's earlier works. It was a valiant attempt, but many fans felt it fell flat. Lois Lowry's The Giver is a haunting tale set in a dystopian future where emotions are erased for the sake of order. The book is a philosophical masterpiece, but the movie? Not so much. It ditched the deep, thought-provoking themes to hop on the young adult dystopian bandwagon. Despite the star-studded cast, it just couldn't capture the essence of Lowry's work, leaving fans of the book feeling shortchanged. Christopher Paolini's Aragon is a beloved tale of a farm boy turned dragon rider, but the movie adaptation was a total letdown. While the visuals were stunning and Jeremy Irons gave it his all, the rest of the cast performances were mediocre. The film deviated too much from the book, turning a rich, imaginative story into a generic fantasy flick. It had potential, but ultimately, it was a missed opportunity. Jonathan Swift's Gulliver's Travels is a satirical masterpiece, but the movie adaptation? Not so much. The film turned Swift's biting social commentary into a mildly funny adventure with excessive CGI and shallow characters. It didn't even try to capture what made the book iconic, relying instead on computer-generated chaos. A classic case of missing the point entirely. Stephen King's The Dark Tower series is an epic blend of Western, sci-fi, and horror, but the movie adaptation was a hot mess. Trying to cram elements from all the books into one film resulted in a confusing and rushed narrative. Even with Idris Elba as Roland, the movie couldn't live up to the depth and complexity of King's universe. Here's hoping the upcoming series does it justice. Alan Moore's The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a dark, transgressive take on Victorian-era literary figures. The movie, however, reduced it to typical superhero fare. The visuals were decent, and Sean Connery was great as Alan Quatermain, but the film lacked the gritty realism and complexity of Moore's vision. It's a far cry from the groundbreaking story it was meant to be. Cassandra Clare's The Mortal Instruments series is a unique urban fantasy with a secret supernatural war. The movie adaptation, though, was a derivative mess. It felt like just another teen fantasy romance, failing to capture the unique elements of Clare's world. It didn't generate enough interest to continue as a franchise, which was a major disappointment for fans. Turning J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit into a film trilogy was a questionable decision. While Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy was a masterpiece, stretching The Hobbit into 3 movies resulted in a bloated, meandering plot that disrespected the source material. Despite making nearly $3 billion at the box office, it's widely regarded as one of the worst adaptations of Tolkien's work. Dr. Seuss's The Cat in the Hat is a beloved children's book, but the movie adaptation was anything but. Turning a simple, whimsical story into a feature-length comedy with dirty humor was a bizarre choice. The set design was great, but the unnecessary subplots and Mike Myers' questionable performance made it a far cry from the charming original. Cornelia Funke's Inkheart is a magical story about a man who can bring book characters to life by reading aloud. The movie, however, struggled to condense the sprawling narrative into a feature film. Despite a strong cast, including Brendan Fraser and Helen Mirren, the adaptation fell flat. It couldn't capture the magic and depth of Funke's world, leaving fans yearning for more.